Hello, it is I, your Senpai. Welcome back to NaNoWriMo Diaries, Day 6. Not to be confused with the K-pop band. It's just the day. So today I got to a total of 10,091 words, so I did break that 10,000 mark there, which means we're a fifth of the way through. I'm pretty excited. So I struggled a lot today just with the writing portion because I didn't have any planning done. I usually do the planning during lunch while I'm eating, kind of look at what I've written, and then kind of plot in my notes from there. But today I was watching videos from Winter's Robin and the Metaphor Girl and didn't even plot a little bit. No guilt, but yeah, so I didn't plot anything and wound up doing it as I was kind of writing, which it was just slow. I'm not unhappy with what I had written, and a lot of this, I guess it's not really a spoiler because it's like said first thing. My story's kind of a murder mystery to begin with. So Corona's moving on his own. So Corona, please. So this murder mystery is taking place, and I have never written a murder mystery before. I don't really read murder mysteries because it feels like it just goes way over my head. It's not that I'm not like smart, but I don't understand the reasoning that goes into a lot of it, and it just seems like they can come up with these solutions out of thin air, and I just can't keep up, and I don't know how they're figuring out what they're figuring out. So that is part of my struggle. I don't really know how to fake sounding like I know exactly what I'm doing, which I believe that I heard the author for Sherlock Holmes wasn't very like deduction smart, but he wrote really well. I can't remember his name. Don't hate me. But yeah, that's a struggle that I'm having right now, is I'm having to come up with plans and now trying to decide who gets to speak that dialogue. Should it be the detective? Should it be one of the other characters? I don't know. And I'm struggling with it a bit. But the writing that I did was pretty good, and again, the characters kind of took over and were like, no, we got this, it's okay, don't worry that much about it. So luckily, a lot of the things went well as far as the actual writing went, although it took forever. It's like 9:30 right now when I'm recording this. So I've been writing from... I started plotting at like 5, plotted for about an hour, so I started writing at about 6, and from then on wrote until like 9:30. So it took a lot longer than it should have, I feel, but it is what it is. It is what it is, and that's okie dokie. It can all be fixed if I wind up not liking something. Let's see. Today I was very, very anxious to go home and write. Like, I think I've probably said this 50 billion times, but seeing the other authors on YouTube talking about NaNoWriMo and their journeys and them being excited about their stories and how their writing is going makes me that much more excited to write. So I kind of amped myself up at lunch and was just anxious to come home and write, and hoped at least I could come up with something. I know I've worked with less before, so I knew I was gonna be okay. Um, yeah. Don't really have any wisdom for today. And it was a little bit funny because I recorded the novel in a year video yesterday, and spoilers, the topic is fighting writer's block. And I was having so much trouble fighting that, mostly because I didn't really know where I was going. Your name is in writer's block, it's fine. She looked up, like, all surprised out of her sleep, like, writer's block? Me too. But it was funny how I was talking about that yesterday during that video, and I hit it pretty bad today and couldn't really work through it. It was very hard to get plotting, and I think I was maybe 500 words in, and I literally thought I could probably just save this for tomorrow or something, because I can't do it right now. But I took some time, I plotted some more, let the characters kind of handle things as they wanted, and it wound up pretty good. And there's more that I can work off of tomorrow. I ended in a very strange place. What I've been trying to do when I split up my chapters is to make it so that I end at the end of a chapter. And it didn't really work out that way. So now it's just kind of right in the middle of a paragraph where Sky was kind of taking over and just trying to cheer Dawn up a little bit. And I don't know, it was just a really weird place to end. Like, I know that scene's going somewhere, but it was a weird place to end. Like, it's completely unfinished, and I'm gonna come back and look at my computer screen tomorrow and be like, why? I think I've said that like 4 times. I think that's it. I think that's pretty much all that I've come up with today. Yeah. So now we're going to delve into some history. Back in, I think it was the late 1800s till about World War I, we had this thing called mourning jewelry. So we'd have pieces of our loved one, be it ash or hair, or I think even teeth, or preserved. It was mostly hair that the jewelry was made from. And we used to use that to remember our loved ones that had passed. So we'd keep their hair in a bracelet, in a locket. There was something else. Rings. Rings was one that we liked to put hair into too. And they were very interesting. And like, you think hair and you're like, oh, but actually it's like, it looks a lot like embroidery, but it's hair, or it's this really interestingly intricate woven designs placed into rings or lockets or whatever the jewelry wearer wanted. I'll link a video in the description. It'll probably be later because I'm just posting this from my phone, but I'll try and link the video down below. Ask a Mortician does a really good video of that, and very interesting stuff. But later I found out that this kind of ties into something that I had in my story, and I think I sort of had like an inkling that mourning jewelry existed, but it was like a picture that I passed in my creepy area of Facebook and like didn't see for years. But I just realized a couple days ago that basically it's the same thing as what some of the people have in my story. So they have what they call mourning pieces. They're not specifically jewelry, they can be jewelry, it can be just about anything. I think we have one person who's got a bracelet. One person has a bow, like you can have your clothes be mourning pieces. It can be literally anything. The only stipulation is that it has to be black, and the symbol for the person who passed away has to be white. So my question of the day is, if you had a mourning piece, what would it look like? What are some of the symbols that you would use for people that had died? This one character I have, they had a family member pass away, and the symbol that they have on their bracelet is kindness, because that's how they remembered the person that passed. They were a very, very kind person. So what do you think? What would your mourning piece be? Let me know in the comments below. And I think that's it. This video has gone on for way too long. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow.